Right, it's long run Sunday. I'm off up to the river in a moment to do a nice 11. Hey, what you doing, Aidan? Lorelei? You got busted. So as I was just saying, yeah, I'm heading up to the river this morning. It's Sunday. It's a bit later than I'd like. Probably going to get up about 9 o'clock. It's going to be warm this morning again. So nice, about 11 and a half mile run. New one that I've ever done. I'm just going to get on the river or the canal, and I'm just going to run sort of almost 6 miles one way till I get to a pub that I recognise. I'm not going to have a beer there, but I'm going to turn around and I'm just going to come back and have a nice run. I'm going to fuel up properly. I've learned a lot this week about fueling, stuff like that. I've always sort of decided not to, because I've run at such an easy intensity that you maybe don't need to. But I've changed my stance a little bit on that now to maybe start to fuel up after 45 minutes, and for reasons I'll explain on the way around. Got lots to talk about, so let's get out there, onto the field, have a nice day out on the river. See you in a second. Nice little drive to get here. It's only about 4 or 5 miles just down the road, but it's better than running around my town all the time. You get a bit sick of it. By the time you've got out of town, you're kind of making miles up to get to somewhere that looks quite scenic. So worth a little drive out sometimes. Just gonna find this bit of water and run along it, and then run back. Should be quite a scenic route. I've been on stretches of it before, but I'm going beyond bits I've been on before, so it's a bit new to me. But you can't really go too wrong in the water about that direction wise. The worst that can happen is you fall in. So let's get out there and let's enjoy this nice Sunday morning run. That's a bad start. I can't get over the water. Brilliant, charming. Right, the bridge is up, so I assume I'll wait for that to come back down before I even get started. Good start to the day, but don't worry, we'll be on it soon. Things just ain't really going to plan today, look. We're able to get through, but blimey, any more obstacles? Well, part of the fun, I guess, but back on. Oh. This is the point where I usually get off. This is a new territory after this. I'm sure it'll be pretty much all the same. That's my finishing point on my long runs usually. I'm going to be on this by 5 miles. Let's see what it's like on the other side. If anything to go by without falling in a tree, then it could be tricky. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go and explore. Alright, so a little bit of open path. Not really said thank you for everyone who's joining me just yet. So thanks for coming along again. Steve who runs. Channel created for a lot more people looking to become fit and healthy people. If that sounds like you, hit the red subscribe button below. Anyway, this isn't really going to plan at the moment. Usually I come on this stretch of water, hence the other end. It's a bit more open than this. It's busy, there's people walking along here, I've got to try and squeeze by. There's boats trying to get through the bridges. They stopped me straight away. And biggest regret so far is not wearing my tights, because it's like a lot of stinging nettles along here. I avoid them so far, but I just know I'm going to be covered by the time I get back, unless I'm good at dodging. But yeah, thanks for the new subscribers for coming along. I appreciate you following along. Apologies, I've not made many videos just recently. I've not made one for a few weeks, but here I am. Been concentrating on my running. I'll explain to you how things have just clicked into place all of a sudden. Right, so this run today was meant to be all positive talking stuff, but it's quite a challenge. But at the end of the day, if I am to get into this 100k 100k run next June, this is what I'll probably be dealing with. So get used to it, Steve. But definitely should have wore tights today. Anyway, let's talk about some good stuff that's been going on recently. So I haven't made a video for a few weeks. I've been really concentrating on my running, on my form, everything to get the technique right. I haven't changed too much, to be honest, because I've never had too many problems. But I'll quickly explain one part about today, is that we're starting to engage the glutes a bit. It's not easy to concentrate on doing that today. But when you say it like that, it doesn't mean sort of tensing your butt so it's really clenched, because that just feels weird. But there's a weird sensation about tucking it under. It really sort of gets your, oh my god, where am I? It really gets your legs involved as a whole unit. It's a strange feeling, but you'll know when you've got it right. So if you leave your glutes out all this time, they get lazy, and I've got one lazy ass. But it's feeling good already from concentrating on doing it on all my work runs and stuff. My legs feel good, and I've got faster. Whether that's played part or whether I'm just getting fitter, I'm not sure. But whatever's happening, I'm not feeling my little niggly injuries at all now. So I'm hoping that that's helping. So what I've also been doing is struggling to get through gates, and oh, come on. Oh, Jesus, man. Am I not meant to be here or what? I got to climb. I didn't have to climb, look. Just goes over the top like that. Oh my god. I should have spent more time at Cubs and the Scouts. Yeah, so what else I've been doing this week? Well, for the last 6 or 7 weeks, I've been doing weight training. Not nothing excessive. I have like, I don't know, 22 pound weight, one dumbbell. And I do lots of squats and basically do it all around my hips and my legs. Every single muscle if I can. I think I've got them all. And it's starting to really make a difference. And I'm doing this because of the marathons coming up and how weak my legs and body felt during the MK marathon I've done fairly recently. So I've really added that to my running week now. I'll do 2 full body ones. That's top half and everything. No muscles missed. I only do 2 sets of reps on each. And I'll do 1 more through the week, which is just my bottom half from my hips down. So I'm not looking to become like a big man on top, so I don't think it's really great for your running. But I'd like to become toned enough and strong enough, basically in the bottom half, to be able to handle these marathons. And hopefully this 100k if I get into that. So at the moment, I'm only 7 weeks into that, but I can't tell you enough how much you should be putting that into your routine. I mean, I'll be able to tell you more over the coming months as it really starts to take hold. But even 7 weeks in, it's made one hell of a difference to my running, along with using my butt to run, driving it forward. But yes, I'd seriously consider that if you don't do it already. Okay, this is opened up lovely now. It's alongside the water, but it's more of a field with animals in it. If I can handle this. But it's hillier than I thought it was going to be. Right, it's actually turned into a beautiful run. I'm very happy now. I'm out of that long stuff. I haven't been stung yet, but I've been close. But look at this. Waterside. Nice open bit of ground now. Let's not make this one look difficult, Steve. So I always get stuck with these gates. Aha! Over the top. Get in. Told you. Done. I can be clever when I get going. All right. Right, buddy. Having a drink. Yeah, I'm about to join you on that one in a minute. I'll have a bottle though. And so, for anyone who's been following this channel for a while, you'll know that after the marathon, I knocked 5 off of my Maffetone method heart rate. Okay, might be controversial, but I went to a lab and I found my exact number. I've been running at that, and I sometimes take the Mickey and I go a little bit too close to it, well, pretty much every time. So I thought I'd lower the intensity and see if I can get rid of these little niggles I've been feeling. And I'll tell you something, no regrets. Maybe I could have listened to him all along, just went with what I was doing, but the results are seeming like the same, but a lower intensity for me now. I think before I got to 750s, something like that, at 150 heart rate on a math test, or just general runs. And currently I'm on 822s at 145 heart rate, so quite the difference. So what I'm feeling like at the moment is that I've hit the Maffetone sweet spot. You know when you've got it, everything feels great, every run feels good. I woke up this morning and the body battery was like 70 or something, almost fully charged. Go and have yourself a busy day. That's after running to work every single morning that I'm working, apart from my one day off. And it's only 4 miles a time, but those short runs and intensity are really starting to do the trick. I'm a little bit worried about how many cows are here. I'll keep the camera on in case I get trampled. I think we're going to be right. Jeez Louise, there's a lot of cows. Oh my god. What do I do now? Oh man, there's a few too many cows there for my liking. Are they angry things? I don't know. Maybe walk through, hope for the best. Oh my god, that was terrifying, man. So I've been scared of cows like that, I don't know. Oh my god, I feel like an absolute Jessie now. Wow. Well, I was at 157 and walking through him, only because I've heard of people getting trampled before. I didn't fancy that on camera. But never mind, forget that, let's move on. Yeah, so math has gone really well at 145, basically, to hit the nail on the head. And hopefully it keeps coming down, but it starts to move quite suddenly, quite recently. And when you find a sweet spot, it really starts to work wonders and do its thing. My resting heart rate has gone down into the 49, 48 area again. So it's down about 3 or 4 places. Like I say, the body battery's been fine every day. My legs feel good. My little injuries, which I'll explain about, are going away. So I've had like what feels like plantar fasciitis and maybe Achilles tendonitis, but I've not had these looked at properly yet. It's just the feeling I've got from sort of self-diagnosing, I guess. But I watched some really good videos saying about not really stopping fully. You might say otherwise, but you don't need to really stop fully, just to get the right stretches in, the right strength training in, lower the intensity, and they will go away. And you may say that's right or wrong, but for the moment that's working for me. I'm not saying for you to do that. You do what you need to do to get rid of yours, but I've got no feeling in the left hand outside of my knee, and I've not got the plantar fasciitis feeling in my right sort of heel. So good news. There's a horse on a bridge. I mean, why wouldn't there be a horse on a bridge? So a lot of this run has been absolutely perfect. This is great. Nice soft ground, gives my old feet a rest, my joints a little rest from running to work on the pavement. And generally it's been nice. Apart from all those cows, I'm still worried about them. It haunted me. I think sometimes they can smell the fear. Like, they know I'm a butcher. They know it, they can smell it. And this is, I'm the kind of people they want rid of. I'm sure they're not conspiring to kill me, but I gotta go back past them in a minute. On the way back. Got about another 2 miles on this bit. And then we'll be heading back to the gang of cows. Let me just quickly go into a bit more detail about how I'm getting to math work. The Maffetone methods work well this time, because I don't want it to sound complicated, because it's really not. Alright, so I'm going a bit lower than what my heart rate, my math heart rate is, okay? My proper math should be 142. My lab says 150, I'm going at 145, alright? So I'm right in the middle of there, in a comfortable, real comfortable sort of area. I can speak all the way around, guaranteed, in a very big zone. Right, the myth, this may be the same for everyone, but the myth is that you need to do loads and loads of miles to make this work. And by all means, that might make my times go crazy low. Who knows? I haven't done that yet, but for the moment, I am only doing sort of 30 miles a week. Okay, it's because I'm kind of recovering from the marathon. All the training before that is the start of a block of training for London, and so 30 miles isn't exactly a huge amount of miles for doing math. I do remember when I first started, I was only doing 3 runs a week. I was doing 7 miles each time, so that's 21 miles. I was getting results. This time I'm a bit further along, a bit fitter, I think. I'm doing 30 miles and it's coming down at quite some rate. I was over 9s when I first started at 145, 9 something, I'll have to double check. Now I'm like 8:22s. So that's some difference already in the space of, I don't know, a couple of months, is it? I'll have to count how far I've been doing it for. I should have checked before I came. But it just goes to show you don't need to be spanking out 50, 60, 70 miles a week or 8, 9 hours a week to get results. Although it might work well for you doing that, it's not that necessary if you're just at the beginning. Okay, so please take that advice. I loved out here. Beautiful. Raining 1 minute, it's windy, sunny next. Proper British weather, but it's all good. It's just nice to be out on a Sunday morning, catching some rays, getting yourself fit and ready. So my current training is running 5 times a week and weightlifting 2 days a week. So I don't really have a day off, but I'm not really counting the weightlifting days as that intense, you know, as in it's not gonna make me overtrain by doing the weights I'm doing, but it's working steady enough to get me strong. I'm getting to bed earlier, I'm getting more sleep, mainly because bloody Love Island is on, and I don't give a damn about that. So, go to bed at 9 o'clock, which is lovely. So that might be helping. My body's fully recovering. The majority of my miles are done before work, so 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 miles. It's like a mile and a bit to get home, nice and easy. So it feels like I've got the whole evening to recover properly before and then go to bed on top of that. And every morning it says body battery is charged enough. So that's why I feel like right now I've hit the Maffetone sweet spot. Training's never been so good, if you want the truth. My legs feel good. Injuries are wafting away. My VO2 max has gone up to 58. My heart rate's gone down. So everything has fell into line. I'm sorry if I'm dragging this out, but I know that most people on my channel are mostly interested in the Maffetone method. And I just want to try and explain to you how you can make it work. And I think I've hopefully done that for you today. Okay, one last thing before I let you go. What I've been focusing on is nutrition. So I've always been in the mindset of trying to run hungry and burning fat and blah, blah, blah. But after some podcasts I've listened to recently, you have to be kind of metabolically sort of fast to make all those things work for you. It almost feels like you're wasting time trying to get there. So the best ways to combat this is to do eating properly, which means if you're going for a run that's going to be longer than an hour and a half to 2 hours, take a bit of food with you, generally gels and stuff. Mine's probably looking at being an hour and a half, hour 45 today. I've already had some candle mint cake. I'm about to have my gel. I'm 51 minutes in. You start at 45 minutes and have little bits every half hour from there. Because sort of running on empty, especially if you get the intensity too hard like most do, your body's kind of eating itself. You are wasting fat, but you're also wasting muscle. I mean, muscles are harder to gain back than fat. So what I'm doing is eating enough food on the way around and make sure I'm getting all the weights done through the day. I don't like the thought of wasting muscle. I've recently done a 2-week test, Maffetone, and my scale's probably not accurate, but they estimated that I lost a lot of muscle there. Like half of it is muscle, half of it's fat. I lost like 8 pounds. I don't like the thought of losing 3 or 4 pounds of muscle. So I'm not having that. I'm going to build myself up, try and get myself into good shape to keep running strong at all times. Okay, so that's really all about it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got to turn around in a moment, get back to the cows. Nice 11.5 mile long run done on Sunday morning to top up a 32-mile week. So happy days. Thanks for joining me. Please hit the red subscribe button below. Look at my Instagram and that if you wish, and my Twitter, and especially my Strava, so you can see it all in action to see if you can make it work for you. I'm Steve Runs, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me.